Hi Flosstube, this is Jordan the Tattooed Stitcher. I'm back for another cross stitching update. It's been just over 2 weeks since my last video. I'm filming on a different day than I normally do. This is a Wednesday. I normally upload on Tuesdays, but this week has been really busy. So we get Wednesday today, or this time. I hope that everybody had a great Labor Day weekend and you got to hang out with your families and I don't know, do whatever you do on Labor Day. Barbecue, stitch, watch TV, I don't know. I do all of those things, but yeah, I usually do live at the end, so I'll just say that. So we'll go right into the stitching. I've got 2 finishes and 1 fully finish, and I've got 2 new starts and a few whips. So I'll go with my finishes first. The first project that I finished over the last 2 weeks is Blackbird Designs Quaker Garden. I was just in the mood for a finish. I just wanted something finished. And this one was really close. Last time I showed it, I was just barely over the halfway mark. And the second half of this project had a little bit less stitching, I think. So it went pretty quickly. I put my initials in the middle of that wreath. There are a few specialty stitches in this one. Oh, the fabric. It's stitched on 36 count Willow from Be Stitch Me. And I have all the called for thread colors except the white. I can't remember what the white called for was, but I used Picket Fence from the Gentle Art. It's got a few, I think these are called Smyrna crosses in the flowers. I had so much fun stitching this one. This one I stitched for my bedroom, so it'll go in my bedroom at some point when I frame it. It's a weird size, so I'll have to have a custom frame, but that's okay. I think it turned out perfect. Okay, and my second fully finished, well, it was a new start and a finish and a fully finish. And that is the 3rd chart in the series from With Thy Needle and Thread. I don't think the series has a name. This chart is called Be Thankful. And I stitched it like I stitched the other 2 with 1 strand, 1 fabric, one floss strand over 2 fabric threads. I used, did I use all of the called for? Honestly, I can't remember. I know that this border is not the called for because the called for was, maybe, I do not remember. Maybe it is called for. I thought there might have been a sub, but I know this color is a sub because it's a Victorian model. So the darkest color I think was Caper, and I didn't have it. So I used a Victorian model. I think it was called Werewolf something. And it's stitched on 32 count Buttermilk from Live and Die LA. I love this fabric and I can't wait for her to be back to Stitch West in October so I can get another cut of it. I just love the way it makes these smaller With Thy Needles look once they're like finished. When you're stitching them, you're kind of, I question myself the whole time, like, was this the right decision? It's looking sparse. And then when it's displayed and up, it's like, I just love it. It's perfect to me. But I'm so happy to have this done. And this is the same frame that I had my Home Sweet Home one in all summer, the one with the berries. I just pulled, because this is mounted on a foam board, and so I just took the back off and popped it out and popped this one back in, And my spring one, what was it called? It's over on the shelf. I can't remember the name of the spring one. 'Tis Spring, I think. I'll take that one out of the whitewashed wood frame to put Good Cheer, which is the winter one of this. I'll put, when I stitch and finish that, I'll put the Good Cheer in the whitewash one, and then I'll just swap those two out of those two frames and only need to buy that many frames, 2 frames. So I love the way it turned out. It's so cute. Maybe I'll go close up. I love all the oranges. I just think the fabric complements it so well. Hopefully the lighting is decent. I just love it. I loved stitching this potted pumpkin. That was probably my favorite part. I also really like stitching the words on these. There's something satisfying about them because they go so quickly. Okay, so those are my finishes. I'm just gonna grab off the top of the pile here. So I did have a new start. I just was in the mood for stitching something Halloween and not any of my Halloween whips. So I started the Prairie Schoolers Sweeping Cobwebs. My mother-in-law has had this piece finished and framed for a long time. Every time it's up around Halloween, I see it and I love it. And I'm like, why haven't I not stitched that? So I decided to do this is the year, because I've had the fabric, there it goes. I've had the fabric intended for this chart for a long time. And I'm actually stitching it with the Shepherd's Bush conversion. When you buy charts from Shepherd's Bush, they include their conversion in the chart. Otherwise, you don't get the conversion. I think I only made one change though, and I don't have my threads, but there's only like 4 colors. Yeah, there's only 4 colors in this. I'm stitching this on 36 count X Jude Designs Ghostly Shadows. So this is what it looks like right now. It's a lot of black fill-in, but it's been really handy actually. We've watched a few shows where I've needed to pay more attention and use less of my brain space on stitching. And so I just like put it up and go to town on filling in all the big black pieces. Obviously the 3 cats holding the pumpkins is my favorite part. I was so happy to stitch those first. I stitched them so fast. They're so cute. I love them. So I'm not halfway. I've got like a lot of the huge elements pretty close to done though. The words won't take very long. So hopefully I can finish this within October. I think that's reasonable. I love this fabric. It's such a nice green. I was thinking I'd use the other side of this to do Blackbird Designs Midnight Watch, if you can think of that one off the top of your head. So there's that one. I love it. I'm stitching the black is Color and Cotton. I had it in my head and I just lost it. I can't remember. It's a Color and Cotton though. And then the other 3 colors are the Shepherd's Bush conversion colors, which are all weeks. There's 2 weeks dye works and Gentle Art. So this one's really fun. I love this one. Okay, my next whip is, I forgot my iPad. Hold on. Okay. I always forget something, it feels like. Turn the brightness up. Okay. Let's load here. Okay, my next whip is the First Winds of Autumn. And I'm not finishing it in that strawberry. I don't even know how that would look because it's huge. And this is on 36 count. What's the called for fabric? It doesn't say. It doesn't say what count this was originally stitched on. But I mean, it's huge. I'm not going to take it out of the hoop because I'm lazy. But this is what it looks like. So like I said, this is on 36 count Colonial Parchment from Fabrics by Stephanie. And last time you saw it, I was about here. So I added this foliage down here. I finished this one. I added the acorns and I did all of this. And then I did all of this crow. Yesterday, actually. I did all of that crow, all of it, yesterday. So, I mean, though it is huge, it's really easy. There's not like any complicated counting really. I mean, this part got a little bit confusing, but I never messed up. Like it was easy to keep going and counting. And so the crow left, all that's left is just filling it in with that black color. And then I got to fill in this satchel he has on his back. I'm not sure. And then there's some more foliage vines that come out this way, and then it'll be done. But it's like big. I don't know. That would have been a massive strawberry to finish it in. But I love it. I think it's so pretty. I'm stitching it in a mixture of the called for and like from Stash. And I'm just loving it. I had to change this color probably 4 times before I settled on one. The called for is the Weeks Dye Works chickpea, and I don't have it. So I first pulled Color and Cotton crumb cake, and I started stitching with it, and it was way too gold. So I settled on Weeks Dye Works Oak, and it's a bit lighter than the cover photo, but I think it's gonna work out fine. I love it. I love this one. I hope it's gonna be done soon, and then I can display it for the next few months. That's the goal, at least. I had a clip. Okay. Okay, and then my next whip was actually a new start. I started it on September 1st for Sampler September. I'll take this out of the paper. And that is Moira Blackburn's Keep Me Sampler. I have this kitted with a Roxy floss conversion that Hannah from Evertote made for me. And I decided to stitch this on 40 count because it's huge. 247 by 247. 40 count white mustard by XJU Designs. So I've only got 1 day of stitching on this. And this is what it looks like. I hope you can see the modeling, that green, right here. Oh, it is stunning. I love the way that green looks. The border is so pretty and like dainty and delicate, but man, it is pretty challenging to stitch. There are a lot. So if you'll see, I've got about a dozen needles on this project. And that is because the color changes are nutty. There's so many color changes. There's like 4 colors alone just in these little berries. And there's like 2 different greens, 2 different purples, 3 different yellows. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot of color changes. So it got to the point where I was like, I would do some stitches, but it was too far for me to jump. So I would just like move my needle over here and then like, cause I didn't want to unthread it. So I literally had at one point, I think 6 needles with 6 different colors of thread on them. Cause it was crazy. And maybe I'm just being dramatic about it, but I'll just show you like a tiny little corner of the border so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so like here's just a little example. There's so many different symbols. It's like wacky on the eyes. It's just it takes more brain power to stitch this border, which is okay. I don't mind having projects like that, but there's a time and a place where my brain can handle it. And I had stitched on this one all day. Well, as much as I can stitch in a day on the 1st. And by that night, eyes and my brain were tired. So I hadn't stitched on it since the 1st, but I am going to leave it out all month because it's sampler September, and also I'll leave it out all month just to see how much I can get done on it in the month, because it's a beautiful sampler and I'm having a good time stitching with the Roxy floss. Would I ever buy Roxy floss again? Not unless I was like in person to buy them, because they are quite expensive. Each skein is like over $3. I think it's $3.60 something or more a skein. And they are 8-yard skeins, but it is cotton. So it just seems kind of like, why would I spend that much on cotton 8-yard skeins when I could order from Color and Cotton, which also comes in 8-yard skeins for $2.60. So it's just like a financial kind of decision there. But they are beautiful, and I am happy that I have them for this, because it's just fun to try something new. So there's my little 2 cents about it. They are beautiful though. Okay. Okay, my next projects that I worked on are whips. This one, oops, stay in there. I worked on Plum Street Samplers, George Decorates for Martha. I love this chart. It is so much fun to stitch. It's so flippin' cute. I have a mistake in it. Luckily you can't tell, but I wasn't about to be like frogging and trying to figure out where it was. So I had to count off of the border to make sure the house was in the right place, because I messed up on George. It's like the pumpkin he's standing on is where I messed up. But here it is. I'm stitching this on 36 count Shrekie's Tan from Needle Bling Designs with all of the called for. There's one that I don't have that's called for, I thought. Oh, Sanguine. I'm not using Sanguine. I just use DMC 948 because it's just the people's skin. But it's so pretty. I love it. So I finished the tree. I stitched this acorn. I finished more of this border. I finished George, and I started on the house, and I finished this big pumpkin topiary with the bird on top. The bird on top is holding another flag. I just think it is so cute. I love the pumpkins in this one. I'm really excited to get to the big pumpkin and the crow on the top of the house. And I think Martha's really cute too. I love it. It's so cute. The colors are so yummy and rich. I would like to have this finished this season, and I think I could. The house is kind of big, but once you get to the fill-in part, houses go pretty quickly, I think. So we'll see. I don't know. I hope to have it finished this season. I'd like to be able to display it through November. So we'll see. I'm sure it'll come out again later this month. And then the last whip I worked on, oh geez, is my Autumn at Hawran Holo. And I am stitching on the 3rd block. Oh, and this is on 36 count Fox and Rabbits up in the attic. And this is what it looks like right now. So I'm working on that 3rd block with the tree. So I finished the tree and all the apples and the leaves, and I started on those words. The apples and the leaves took me forever. I don't know why. I think it took me like 2 days, but I didn't stitch on it exclusively for those 2 days. I thought I saw something weird just now. I don't know where it is. So the bottom half of this project is like full coverage. It's got like a green grassy hill with sheep and a pig, I think. Maybe just sheep. So that's going to be a lot, but I want to get to this block so bad. It's the one that has the horses in it and the horse barn and all the trees. And I love it. It's probably my favorite block of the whole thing. I should probably save it to last so I'm motivated, but so that is my Autumn at Hawran Holo. I was glad to get that out. It has been a minute since I worked on that one. And that is all of my WIPs and projects that I stitched on the last few weeks. It doesn't seem like a lot, but I guess I did have 2 finishes. So, oh, I keep forgetting I forgot another thing I wanted to show. I'll have to have a cut here in a minute. Okay, stitching done. So I do have a little bit of haul. Let me turn that off. Okay, so yesterday was my birthday, and it was also the kids' first day of school. So me and my 3-year-old went into town and went to Hobby Lobby, and I ended up picking out some like custom frames for my Feast of Friendship from Blackbird Designs and my Birds of a Feather from Blackbird Designs. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I did not leave my actual stitching there. As you can see, they're hanging on my quilts. But I just, with my experiences with Michaels, I am feeling a little untrustworthy, or a little, I don't know, what's the word? But I'm nervous to have other people pin my projects now. So I just ordered the frames, and they will cut a foam board to fit the frames for me so that I can pin them myself. And I have stuff to, like, I'll have them put a hanger on the back, I think, but I've got like paper and stuff I can finish the back with on my own. But the frames are so pretty, and I did something I've never done on a frame before. So I picked out the actual frame, and then for both of them I added a fillet, I think is what it's called. Oh, I'm so excited. I've been thinking about them for like 3 days. Happy birthday to me. I can't wait. Those will be ready, they said the 17th, so in a couple of weeks. But while I was at Hobby Lobby, their fall stuff was on sale. I think it's perpetually on sale. And I remembered that Tanya, I think her name is, from the Scarlet House, had posted this pumpkin wooden bowl from Hobby Lobby, and that she had designed a pillow specifically to go in this bowl. I was thinking that it was a pillow that would like fit inside the bowl, and it's not. It's just like a really cute little fall pillow. But I loved the bowl. It's the Robert Stanley. There is a dark color too. I went with the light one, and I just thought it'd be really cute to put like a little pillow and like some little fake candy corns or something in it. I loved it. So I got that. And then I am starting, I don't have the chart yet, but I am planning to start in October at Stitch West, or maybe even before, I'm not sure. I'd like to start it the 1st of October. Ghoul-Tide Welcome sorry, I'm having a squirrel moment, because Stitch West this year isn't until the very end of October, like the last week of October, right before Halloween. So I don't want to wait that long to start a Halloween project. We'll see. Sorry, side thought blurb. A Ghoul-Tide Welcome from Plum Street Samplers. I don't have the chart yet. I will be getting it. But those charts are charted in NPI silk. And I was like, why buy NPI when I can buy Vicky Clayton? So I did. And I've already got them on floss drops, because that's how I do with Vicky's. And they are so pretty. Look how pretty they are. Oh my gosh, I love them. I love them so much. They are delicious fall yumminess. And they're so soft. So I've got the Vicky Claytons ready to go to start that project. And I also brought out a fabric that I think I'm going to stitch it on, which is 40 count maple bar from Cedar River Linens. And this is what it looks like. So I'm thinking that it would look really good on maple bar, because I think the called for is a lakeside linen. And we know how hard those are to get. So what do you think on the maple bar? The other option I had chosen as a possibility is Tropical Stitches 40 count Adriana. This one has a little bit more reddish undertone than Maple Bar. Let's see them together. So here is both of them together. Maple Bar and Adriana. What do you guys think? They're pretty similar. What do you think? Let me know. Let me know what your pick is. So I'm very excited to have another project with the Vickies. I love stitching with the Vickies. Excuse me. Okay. And then it was my birthday yesterday. So along with picking out some Hobby Lobby frames, I got myself a couple of things. Where are my pictures? Okay. So I bought the PDF. Okay, so this is a project I'm going to start when it gets here because it is Sampler September. So I bought the PDF chart for Hannah Campbell, 1838, from Hands Across the Sea. I love this chart. I saw it, someone was stitching it on Instagram. I can't remember the Instagram name. And it was stunning. And I haven't been able to stop thinking about it since I saw it. So I was like, YOLO, it's Sampler September and my birthday month. So we're doing this. So I got the PDF for it, which I so appreciate when some of these Hands Across the Sea patterns come in PDFs. And I also bought the Vicky Clayton silks for it because I was not spending over $100 for the 100.3s. So those are coming. Once the silks get here, I will start that. I don't know what fabric I'll do though. The fabric is really kind of goldeny, and I thought maybe Inca. I have Inca from Fox and Rabbit. It was their earlier this year market release fabric, one of them, and it has a really similar tone. So that is exciting, and that was all my haul. I don't think I bought any other PDFs. Nope. Okay, so it was my birthday yesterday. I did get a few gifts, and I thought I'd show one of them because it's really funny. My mom bought me these socks. I thought they were so fun and they're so cute. And so I will be bringing these to Acorns with me. So appropriate. And then she also gave me this really cute card. She gave me a few other things, but I loved this card. Look how cute. Books and coziness and coffee and floral and plants. And it's like one of those 3D ones. So cute. And then my daughter, my 7-year-old, made me a card too, and so I have to show hers. She made me a 3D paper mache flower, and then she has a nice little love note inside. She likes to, okay, so we have an office. It's got no computer and no desk in it currently, but we call it the office, and that's where I store all of her art things. She's got a lot of art stuff. And so she calls it the art room. And half the time we end up calling it the art room because it's just like, that's what she calls it all the time. But I have to correct her, like, no, it's the office. And so I've got office things in there. Like I have a box of envelopes that I didn't realize she'd been using in her art. But I thought the little flower she made was really cute. She learned how to do it on YouTube. She's all into origami. And that is my haul, my gifties. I did get, my husband gave me, let me slide it off here and I'll show you. My husband gave me this table extension for my sewing machine because I was using a stack of illustrated Harry Potter books. And so that has been a game changer for me on my sewing machine. I'm so happy to have that. And I think that's all. It was a great birthday. I have one more stitchy thing, 2 more stitchy things I'd like to show really quick though. So I'm going to Acorns and Threads next week. I'm so excited. My table gifts, the acorn things I was stitching, those aren't happening. I ran out of steam on them and I don't have enough done and I don't have time. I'm too busy. I don't have enough time to like fully finish them into the things. So table gift people will be getting something else. They'll be getting something else from me that's not handmade, but will still be just great. But I am participating in the Smalls Exchange and I just FFO'd it today and it's so cute. I don't even want to give it away. It's so cute. So it's got glue. It's being glued right now, so I gotta be careful like showing it. I don't want it to come flying off or something. So this is a chart called Autumn Feast, something with Feast, from With Thy Needle and Thread. And this is how I finished it. I found this cute little paddle board thing at Hobby Lobby and it came with these beads on it. And so here is my finish. Guys, I love it so much. I have never done anything like this before. I think it's so cute. So how did I do this? It really didn't take me very long. I think it took me maximum 20 minutes to do this. I always thought it would take way longer, so it was like intimidating to do anything like this. I feel like Priscilla or something. So I got a piece of sticky board. I found something that was like the perfect diameter size that I needed, and I just traced around it on sticky board and cut it out and then mounted the stitching on the sticky board. And then I had to like kind of make cuts around the fabric laying outside it. And then I laced it, my first time lacing anything. And I laced it along the back so it would pull the fabric tight on the edges. And then I had this Lady Dots Creates pom-pom in the color Vintage, I think. And I hand sewed it along the back of this. I hand sewed it to the fabric that I had laced down. And I was gonna glue it, but I thought stitching it with like a whip stitch seems easy enough. And it literally took me 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. And then I used Gorilla Glue on the back of the board and to glue it to the paddle. And I think it's so cute. And I hope whoever gets it loves it too. I just think it's adorable. So there's my small for the Smalls Exchange. I have a book smashing it down just until it's dry. But I would like to show you my one other thing. So we're gonna quick pause. Okay, I can show you this because I know she's not watching Flosstube right now, but Rocio from Cocohama Stitchery and I are doing just like a friendship Smalls Exchange at Acorns. And so I finished the exchange I did for her. She doesn't know what it is, and I know she's not gonna watch this, so it's okay. But this is a pattern from Sub Rosa. What is it called? I think it's just called October. There's a cat hair in it. And I stitched this on, this is my secret stitch that I've been stitching. You haven't even seen it yet. So this is what it looks like. I love it, I love it, I love it. Look at his face. He's like, I stitched this on a piece of 46 count hazelnut, marbled hazelnut from XG Designs. The chart has the word October down here, but I just took that off so that it would just be a flower-headed, creepy little pumpkin dude. And he's so cute. But I'll tell you what, ooh, sorry, knocked the camera. Filling that pumpkin in was rough. It took me some time. But that's okay. That's why I started on it really early. I think I started on it in May. But he's so cute and I love it. And I did like a crusty little pin with some buttons. Totally copied that idea from Christy Crosshatch Quilts. And then the back is finished like how the Primrose Cottage ladies finish pillows. So you cut you sew all around, and then you cut a hole in the back, and then you stuff, and then you sew the hole up, and then you cover the hole with like either a piece of, like I did here, like some dirty lace from Lady Dot, or they'll do like a, what are those scissors that cut, pinking shears, over a piece of like flannel and cover the back, or a piece of felt and cover the back. And so I thought the back was super cute. I used this like homespun, this black and tan homespun. And then I used a Lady Dot Creates Rick Rack in the color Licorice. And I just hand stitched it down along the edge. And I think it turned out so cute. I love him. Adorable. So I'm really excited to give that to her. I hope she loves it. It's hard to let it go because I really love it. It'll be one I have to stitch for myself in the future. Okay, so before I go into life stuff, I thought it'd be fun to do, because the online needlework market has been going on, and thought it'd be fun to show like my market picks of charts that I plan to pick up. My first market pick that I am so excited about, I saw it and I fell in love immediately, and I'll probably start it right when I get a hold of the chart. But that is Annie B's Folk Art Harvest Moon. I hope that you can see this. I have the brightness all the way up, but I love everything about this chart. I love the cats and the pumpkins. I love the flag and the sun, and the house is such a pretty color. It's just like a really dark brown, and there's like brick underneath. Oh, I love everything about this chart. I squealed when she released it. So I'll definitely be getting that. I also love one of her other releases. I think maybe the only other one. She might have another one. This one's called In the Pumpkin Patch. Why does this not seem very bright? In the Pumpkin Patch, also from Annie B's. I love that crow on the pumpkin. So cute. Another one of my picks is Stacy Nash. Oh gosh, I can't remember what this one is called though. I was just screenshotting. Midi or something like that. But it's like a Halloween rabbit. Stop it. So cute. I don't know about my finishing skills for finishing that mask, but it is adorable. And I also really loved this one. I don't know what it's called either. I was screenshotting it. One of Liz Matthews' releases, this Quaker Boo. Oh, I love this one too. I love that orange fabric that it's stitched on. And then another Stacy Nash. This one is called the Merry Autumn Pin Keep. Another will probably start right away when I have it. I mean, chickens and pumpkins and a big house. Sign me up. And then this is another one from Liz Matthews, the Flowers and Friends. This was a Patreon release of hers this time last year, and when I saw it released for Patreon, I loved it. I think it's so cute. And then all of the Brenda Gervais, the With Thy Needle ones, I will be picking up. What are they called? Feels Like Fall. I love everything about this one. I love it, love it, love it. And the Autumn Swan. I have the Summer Swan, so I obviously wanted the Autumn one. And this one is called, I don't know what this one's called. She doesn't have the name on this one. But I love those toadstools. So cute. And then Goodness Gracious. I love it. I love all of her releases for this. So those are my market picks. And that is all of my stitching to show. I do have one plan. I don't have too many plans other than starting Hannah Campbell when the Vickies arrive. And also I leave for Acorns and Threads on Thursday next week. So my only plan for next week is the project that I'm packing to start at Acorns, which is Plum Street Samplers, the Gather In. I have had this chart kitted forever. I finally got around to getting all the threads ready. There was a few DMC that I still needed to pull. So I got all the threads ready to go. And my fabric I've decided to stitch it on is 36 count XJude Designs Aged Hazelnut. I think the white house will pop so good. Let's see. So the white house is stitched in mainly Arrowhead. I think it will look so good on there. I'm so excited to start this one. So this is the only project that I'm planning to bring so far to Acorns. I know we'll be getting projects from the designers, Teresa Kogut and Beth Twist. I mean, I'm assuming that. So I might start one of the projects that were given. And I might bring another one of my projects that's just like a lot of easy fill-in for when my brain just feels too tired. And then I can just do some easy fill-in. I am so excited to go to Acorns. I'm not going to do a what's in my bag because I did that before I went to Stitch West in April, and it hasn't changed. It's the same stuff is still in there, ready to go. So those are just the only thing that changes in my projects, and I just showed those. So I'm very, very excited. I leave on Thursday. I'm traveling with Amy, Egg Stitching and Adventures. We will drive down to Salt Lake, which is it's a little over a 3-hour drive. We'll drive down to Salt Lake, and because that's the airport, and fly out Thursday afternoon. The flight from Salt Lake to Portland is like an hour and a half maybe. And we'll get into Portland around 4 in the afternoon, and Rosia will have been there already, so she'll pick us up. And hopefully we'll meet Bernadette there too at the airport. I think her flight is scheduled to come in around the same time as ours. And I'm so, so excited to see my friends and to stitch and eat good food and just be in a room full of people who love everything that I love. There's something so magical about that. I love it. And then I'll do a video the next week. So I'll have a recap for that and whatever haul I managed to get at the store. So very exciting. My husband leaves on, my husband leaves on Sunday, I think. He's going to be hunting Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, coming home Wednesday at some point. And then I leave on Thursday. So it'll be like over a week of time that I don't really see him. We're in hunting season. I'm usually a single person for most of the month. It's just the way that it is. So that just segues into life stuff. The kids, I took the kids to the zoo. I surprised them with a last trip to the zoo. We hadn't gone all year, and it was like the weather was supposed to be in the low 70s, and I thought that's a perfect time to go to the zoo. So I didn't tell them where we were going until we pulled up in front of it, and they were so excited. And so we walked through the zoo, and it was the perfect day to be there. I have never seen the animals so active. The lion was like walking around and roaring so loud. We could hear him roaring at the entrance of the zoo. I had never heard him roar before. It was so cool. And the snow leopard was out wandering around. And we have a family of sloth bears. And normally you only see like 1 or 2, and they're kind of just laying there sleeping like a heap of black shaggy fur. But they were playing on their equipment. The babies were like playing and rolling all over the place. It was just so much fun. It was a really great trip to the zoo. And then it was this past weekend, it was the start of the Eastern Idaho State Fair. I did enter a few pieces into the fair this year, and I did get a few ribbons, which was really exciting. So I entered my pieces in, and we took the kids up on Friday, which was the day the fair opened. And so we got to see what ribbons I got, and I did end up getting a couple of first places, a couple of second places, and a third place, which was just so exciting. And then seeing all the quilts. Oh, I love seeing the quilts at the fair. They are gorgeous. These people are so talented who put these quilts in the fair. And then we, walked around. The kids rode a couple of carnival rides, and We ate a lot of fun, you know, fair foods. Yeah, it was a good day. It got pretty hot near the end of our day though, so but it was a really good time. And it was the last hurrah before school started. First day of school was yesterday, and they kept saying excited/nervous. And but we got them off and they had a great day. They're back there again today. My 3-year-old is struggling with it though. She is not enjoying being left at home without the big kids. She cries a lot, and I feel bad. What can you do for her? So hopefully she gets used to that soon, because it makes me sad. And then my son, we were putting the big kids to bed last night, and my son said, "Only 3 more days until the first weekend." That child lives for the weekends. So he's already counting down every day until it's weekends time. I said, "Buddy, you have a long ways to go. This was just the first day of school." So yeah. Otherwise, so yesterday the kids went off to school. We went to Hobby Lobby. My husband met us for lunch. I really wanted to have my birthday lunch at Jersey Mike's, and I don't know if you've ever had Jersey Mike's, but I am obsessed with their sandwiches. I love sandwiches, okay? I love sandwiches. And Jersey Mike's sandwich is like elite. It is so good, and I've been hankering for one. So we went there, and then we walked across the little way to Duck Donuts and had a fresh hot donut. And then I went to the mall with my 3-year-old, and we picked out some fall candles from Bath and Body Works, and I've had that going for like 2 days. It's so good. My favorite Bath and Body Works candle, and the best one, Fight Me, is Leaves. It's the best. So that's really it. There will be some hunting going on this weekend, I'm sure, so hopefully I can get some extra stitching time then. So now I'll go into my shows I've been watching. So I've still been watching Yellowstone. I'm on the current season 5. I haven't finished the first half. They're supposed to be filming or releasing the second half soon. I've been enjoying it. It's good. I like it. I like how in this season 5 they keep flashing back to 1883 time period, like with those same characters. I really like that. Like you can see like what happened to them, because when you go from 1883 to 1923 picks up after they're dead, and you're like, what happened? So it's nice to see him go back and kind of like show what happened to them. We also watched The Gentleman. It is a series on Netflix. It's just 1 season so far, but it did get renewed for a 2nd season, and we loved it. It was really good. It is almost like modern day Peaky Blinders, like today's Peaky Blinders. It was really, really good. We loved it. I watched a Netflix series. It was a limited series called Alias Grace, and it's kind of based in 1800s, early 1800s, of this girl who had been serving many years in prison for murder. And so she's starting to meet with this psychiatrist doctor who wants to know like why she can't remember certain things. And it was so good. Really, 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 really good. Highly recommend. I also watched Worst Ex Ever on Netflix. Crazy true crime stories. Horizon Chapter 1 is on HBO. It's produced by Kevin Costner. It's another Western. Fantastic. We loved it. It's basically a movie, but Chapter 1, and it's supposed to be multiple chapters. So it was so good. So good. Kevin Costner in his Western era. I'm living for it. We also watched the first 3 episodes of Rings of Power. I loved them. We tried to space them out over 3 days so they would last longer. The new one is released tomorrow. the 4th episode. Oh, it was so good. It was so, so good. I'm loving it so far. And I'm currently watching one on Netflix called The Terror. It's a limited series based in 1850s. 2 ships that were trying to find passage through the like Antarctic or something, and they get stuck in the ice. It's kind of got like spooky mythical vibes to it. A lot of really famous people in it from like The Crown and Harry Potter and Game of Thrones, and so that's what caught my attention. It's kind of boring, kind of slow, but it is interesting, and I'm gonna finish watching it. But it is now time for me to go pick up my children from school. I'm still trying to get used to this. It's only day 2. And I am so happy that you were here. I hope you loved this video. I can't wait to come back and tell you all about my retreat. And I hope to see you in the next one in a couple of weeks. Thanks for watching. Bye.